Should the merger of Live Nation and Ticketmaster be undone? They screwed up so bad that members from both parties were in agreement on this situation. I don't want to get too excited. I can't imagine we won't have Speak Now Taylor's version by the end of the year. I will literally be so upset if All Too Well does not win Song of the Year. And I think this is the year Red will win a Grammy. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Nina. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you, and if you're not new, thanks for coming back. So about a month ago, I did one of these videos where I just did a Taylor Swift news update, everything that's been going on, everything she's involved with, music, things that are coming up in the future, and so I decided I'd just go through them all today and give you guys a little update. So the first update is that Taylor Swift appeared at the 1975 concert a couple weeks ago, and if you didn't know, the 1975 has like a house stage on their tour, and me and my sister actually went to the tour back in November, and Phoebe Bridgers was the special guest, but when he was in London, my sister called it. She was like, I think Taylor Swift's gonna come and be the special guest. And so what happens is there's a certain segment of the show where they hear a knock at the door because the stage is like a house, and they open the door and it's a special guest and they come walk out. That's what happened when they had their London concert and Taylor Swift came out, and she was in this like mirror ball dress that is like, I feel like she did that on purpose, like completely like Midnights but also mirror ball vibes. And she ended up singing Anti-Hero for the first time live acoustically, and it was so good. It is kind of strange that we haven't heard Taylor Swift play anything live in a really long time, so that was really cool to have her sing the new song. And then she also did a cover of The City, which is a 1975 song, which was also really good. But that was just like a fun little surprise that like people that were going to the concert that were Taylor Swift fans were like literally on the floor. It was so funny to watch all the reaction videos. So if you haven't seen that, just look it up on TikTok. There's so many of them. But that was really fun to see because we haven't got any live performance from Taylor in a long time. And it makes me wonder if she's gonna continue to bring out special guests on her tour this summer, especially because I feel like there's a lot of potential for that with all of her different eras. She can branch out across genres for inviting people on stage with her, so that'll be very interesting. Second update was that the Lavender Hayes music video was announced and released last week, which I've already done a video on my reaction and my thoughts and Easter eggs on that video, so if you haven't seen that, go check it out. But we were waiting so long for the Lavender Hayes video because I feel like we all knew that was like the last one from the trailer that she put out in the beginning of the Midnights era, but Anti-Hero was doing so well at number 1 that she needed to wait until it dropped from number 1 to release a new single because she doesn't want to dethrone herself, so she didn't want Lavender Hayes to beat Anti-Hero for the top spot when Anti-Hero was on this record-breaking streak. And Anti-Hero actually broke Taylor's record for the most consecutive weeks at number 1, beating out Blank Space, which was a long time coming. So that was really cool that she did that. And then so as soon as it dropped from that number 1 spot, then she announced Lavender Hayes, and we saw the video and all of that. But I have seen so many people in my comments of that video saying they don't think this is the last music video from the Midnights era, and I don't know if Taylor Swift wanted us to believe that so that she could surprise us, but in the initial Midnights Films trailer, we can only see scenes from those 3 videos that have been released, so we don't have any visual of another music video possibly coming out, but it is interesting. People are saying they don't think that's the last one. I hope not. It'd be really cool to get more music videos from Midnights. And also, Lavender Hayes was technically supposed to be the lead single for the album, especially because that first tagline, Meet Me at Midnight, is like the theme of the album, but they changed it to Anti-Hero at the last second, and she said that. I'm pretty sure somebody had said that, either her or Jack Antonoff. They switched it to Anti-Hero at the last second. So it makes me think, you know, since she said in her Instagram caption for Lavender Hayes that this was the first music video that she wrote, this video is like the most representative of the album as a visual concept. So I guess the jury's out on that still if there'll be more music videos, but we don't know how quickly Taylor Swift is going to move into the next re-recording or anything like that because there's still plenty of albums for her to re-release. Speak Now being one of them. who knows? The next fun little announcement that happened was that Taylor Swift is going to be featured on the National album that's coming out in April. And if you didn't know, the National is Aaron Dessner's band, who obviously Taylor Swift has worked with on so many of her albums since Folklore, and she is featured on one of the tracks called The Alcott. Aaron Dessner has come out and said that when he originally texted Taylor Swift the idea for her to write and sing on the song, he was like nervous about it, and then 20 minutes later she sent back her whole part fully finished and recorded on a voice memo. If that's not the most Taylor Swift thing ever for her to do. So I'm really excited to hear this song. I'm wondering how the sound is. I'm not really familiar with the National and their music. I just really liked Coney Island when he featured on that. And also when Taylor Swift was featured on the other project where she sang Renegade and Birch, I really liked those songs, so I'm curious to see how this one's gonna sound. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the Ticketmaster Senate hearing. I'm sure if you guys have been on TikTok, you've seen all of it. It was so funny because all of the Congress people were quoting Taylor Swift lyrics and all of them just coming down on Ticketmaster. But essentially, Live Nation is the parent company that merged with Ticketmaster back in 2010. And so when this whole Taylor Swift tickets debacle happened and Ticketmaster totally crashed, they were letting bots in, people were getting kicked out, pre-sale codes not working, too many people on the site, just like all of those problems. That's essentially what this hearing was for. They screwed up so bad that members from both parties were in agreement on this situation. They called Live Nation a monopoly and that, there was not any competition, which is not good. And it ultimately hurts the people that are buying the tickets and the fans. And in turn, the artist has no control over the fact that their fans are having this terrible experience. So I think this took like hours and they just went one by one and gave their opinion about it and quoted Taylor Swift lyrics. It was literally so funny. There's a TikTok that compiles all of them, so I'll put that right here.
A few million Taylor Swift fans would respond, "This is why we can't have nice things."
Ode to Taylor Swift, I will say, we know all too well.
To be honest, I had hoped, as of a few months ago, to get the gavel back. But once again, she's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers.
He was failing to do too many concerts. And may I suggest respectfully that Ticketmaster ought to look in the mirror and say, I'm the problem. It's me.
There's a lot of things that I found out about Ticketmaster that I didn't know beforehand. Basically, they've been bullying their competitors and they violated conditions that were set at the company's merger. And the Live Nation executive that was there to represent, Ticketmaster said that all the problems during the pre-sale happened because of the super large demand, online bots that broke in, and technical glitches because of how many people were on the site. But we all know that that's just like a bunch of BS. Apparently, Live Nation controls over 300 venues worldwide, and that's why there were only 2 concert venues for the Eras Tour that did not go through Ticketmaster. They went through SeatGeek because those were the only 2 stadiums that had a deal with SeatGeek and not Ticketmaster. So you can see that's just like the monopoly in front of your eyes. Like only 2 out of the, I don't even know, 55 shows or cities were not Ticketmaster. And the head of SeatGeek actually talked as well and said that if people want to resell their tickets on SeatGeek, they need a Ticketmaster account. And so essentially Ticketmaster is profiting off its competitors as well, which is crazy. I think that's the conditions that they violated in the merger. The reason why so many people are signed with Ticketmaster is that these venues are afraid to lose business by signing with a competitor because there are so many tours that are powered by Live Nation. They're afraid to lose those concerts, those high-paying concerts, for signing with a different ticket platform. So basically, Ticketmaster is blacklisting all of the venues that don't sign with them from getting these concert dates. So at the end of the day, after all of this, the question was, should the merger of Live Nation and Ticketmaster be undone? Should it be broken up? Because it expires technically in 2025. So this would be the time to decide to renew it, which I think they have renewed it once, or let it expire and that merger be broken up. As for if there's new laws or policies being created, they said they're working on bipartisan legislation that will provide some basic disclosures and some common sense rules rules. Hopefully they do something about it. I read this all on New York Times as well as another article, so if you guys want to look that up and read more in depth, go for it, but I just tried to paraphrase as much as I could. That's the lowdown on the Ticketmaster situation. So essentially they said have hope for change coming. I feel like I've just been through the ringer this year trying to buy concert tickets. It's just been absolutely insane. I've never had this experience before for so many different artists and tours just in the past 6 months buying tickets for this year. It's like almost impossible to get them in the pre-sale. It's like so hard. So I'm hoping something changes because as a concert girly, I cannot do this anymore. Speaking of the Eras Tour, it is less than 50 days away. It starts March 17th in Glendale, Arizona, and I am so excited because I'm going to the opening show, and that's been like my dream. Since I saw the 1989 tour, I've always wanted to go to the opening show because every time I've gone to a Taylor Swift concert, I knew everything that was going to happen. I knew the set list, the outfits, just like literally everything that she says because I would just watch videos online and like people would post them, so I always knew ahead of time what was going to happen. And so this is the first time I'm going to a Taylor Swift concert and I have no idea what she's going to sing, what she's going to wear. Like, it's going to be so insane. You know, we'll be rocking from the nosebleeds, but at least I'll be there and I'm so excited about it. As far as like prepping for the tour and what we're going to wear, so far we just decided that we're going to go with a Midnights theme for the first concert, just have the Midnights moment because there's just so many eras and I feel like Midnights is kind of getting glossed over because it's been, you know, circled in with the rest of the eras. So I'm going to be working on putting together that outfit for the concert and I'll be vlogging the concert and leading up to it and everything, so be excited about that. Also, I wanted to talk about the friendship bracelets project that somebody came up with. So on TikTok I really don't remember who because I've seen so many people talk about this, but someone came up with the idea that we all make a bunch of friendship bracelets and trade them with each other at the concerts. By the end of the concert, you have just like a bunch of different unique bracelets from a bunch of different Swifties, and I thought that was literally so cute. And it's a reference to the line in You're on Your Own, Kid, where she says, make the friendship bracelets, take the moment and taste it. And I feel like that is just so cute of us to figure that out. Us, I mean, you know, the clever Swifties, not me, because I feel like I could not have come up with that idea. Y'all are so creative. Keep me on my toes. But I definitely will be making a bunch of bracelets, so if you're gonna be at the first show, please come and find me. I'm gonna try to make as many as possible just so I can, like, you know, give them out to everybody and we could all have just like friendship bracelets of Swifties all over the world. Now, I said I wasn't gonna talk about Speak Now a lot, but there's one thing I want to talk about, and that's that the calendar, the official calendar for 2024 was kind of like released or like announced from like the official calendar company. It's called Brown Trout, and it's so weird because I didn't even notice that was the company that made these calendars until I saw this, because I realized I have all of them, you know, from every year. Apparently for the 2024 calendar, it's all pictures from Speak Now, which is funny because each calendar is kind of like the year previous. So the calendar for last year was Folklore, I think, and this year was supposed to be Evermore for 2023, but I've also seen calendars that have read Taylor's version for 2023, so I think there's two different ones for this year because Taylor Swift has put out so many albums, but usually it's like a year behind for the calendar. The picture on the front of the cover is the Enchanted live performance from the Speak Now tour. Very interesting. That is on the cover. I don't want to get too excited. I can't imagine that we won't have Speak Now Taylor's version by the end of the year. And I think it's just because this is like the official calendar that I kind of trust it a little bit more. It does say on the cover of it that the cover and the design is subject to change. So maybe they're just manifesting Speak Now like we are. I don't know, keep it in mind. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is the Grammys. Today is Thursday and the Grammys are this Sunday, February 5th, and Taylor Swift is nominated for 4 Grammys. And the question has been, is she gonna perform? Will she even attend? And I definitely think she will attend, and I think I saw something that said it's most likely that she'll attend, because how could she miss out on All Too Well 10 being nominated? Like, she has to go represent because Red will finally get the Grammy that it deserved. I think this is just like such a full circle moment for her probably, and I can't imagine she won't be there because I think she has a really good chance of winning some of these. But the categories that she is nominated for are Song of the Year for All Too Well 10, Music Video for the All Too Well 10 short film, Song Written for Visual Media for Carolina, and lastly, Best Country Song for I Bet You Think About Me. I think that is so funny that she's nominated for a country song, a song for visual media, and a pop song all in one go. She really does it all. But as far as what I think she will win, I think she will win 2 out of the 4. I think she'll definitely win Song of the Year. That is a songwriting award, and Taylor Swift has never won it, which is a literal crime. All Too Well 10 is a masterpiece lyrically. It deserves the Grammy. I will literally be so upset if All Too Well does not win Song of the Year. And the second one I think she'll win is Music Video of the Year, because the short film has done so well. It won VMA Video of the Year, so I think she has a really good chance with that one. And then for the other two, I think she has quite a bit of competition for the Song Written for Visual Media, so we'll see on that one. For country song, I think the categories for country are tough because technically Taylor Swift is not in the country genre anymore, so I am wondering if that plays into the decision at all. I Bet You Think About Me is country, but it is more pop country than like full country. I know that line is super blurred these days, but I think there is quite a bit of competition in the country genre as well this year. 2 for 4, that is my prediction. I have no idea what she'll wear. I hope she wears red though. I'm gonna say that right now. I hope Taylor Swift wears red to the Grammys because I think she deserves that moment and red deserves that moment. And I think this is the year that red will win a Grammy. But I guess we'll just have to see. But anyways, I hope this was helpful for you guys and giving you all the updates on Taylor Swift. Let me know if you guys want me to do more of these and just, keep you updated on all the little things. Sometimes it's nice to just have it all in one place. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.